Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about NBCC. I'm sorry. Will the slide arrest or will the stock keep going down below 20 as well? So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about NBCC, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask me questions in greater detail. Once you have the $10 membership, once you get the $10 membership, you will have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up every now and then. Plus, a detailed watch list with 70 stocks with ranges to buy into and when to sell it or what sort of prospects those stocks hold. For detailed market or company talk that you have a number of stocks with you, you can directly email me and we can work things out. Now about the company, NBCC is a public sector unit and involved in government housing projects. It gets most government orders, so that's how the company has got up into reckoning from 2014 onwards. Has an order book of more than 8,000 crore till FY20. Best return ratios and order pipeline in this real estate segment for property building from the government housing sector. There's absolutely no debt on the company. If you look at the financials, and these are June FY21 numbers versus last year, and you can say expectedly sales have dropped by around 63%, profit has dropped by around 80%, and this is commendable that they have come out with some sort of a profit this year. Zero debt company, ROE of 15%, net profit margin of 2.5%. There's high promoter and institutional holding. Government holds most of the shares, and 18% free float is there. If you look at the technicals, then there's strong support around the 18 to 20 levels. If you really want to buy the stock, you can buy at these levels with the stop loss at 18 or 19 rupees. But there's heavy resistance around 29. If you want to buy for long term, I would suggest that you buy when the tide has gone up and has gone beyond 29-30 levels. Then you'll get very good returns. Unless that happens, you could see the stock go to 26, 27, come back to 20. Extremely weak on charts. And if 20 is broken, it may collapse to all the way to 14 levels. So why the fall has taken place? We need to understand that. Valuations were very steep in 2017. The stock was trading at around 90-100 rupees, even beyond that. And although the numbers in the future might not have come in, so because of the shutdown for the last 6 months, what has happened is it has triggered a collapse in the real estate and infrastructure segment. Although there is a buzz that the real estate segment is coming back, especially commercial real estate, high-end real estate segment with companies like Shobha, Godrej Properties, they are doing pretty well. But to look at NBCC in that regard, you have to be very careful because the NBCC builds, you can say, government housing properties, and government push for housing has not been happening that greatly over the last 6-8 months. And it doesn't seem that with the kind of funds that government has doled out for other sectors and has put in money in all sectors, that it would be very soon that NBCC would get into the fray. Probably it's going to take time, and even if things get moving on the ground, the numbers would only show up after 3 to 4 quarters. So I still believe a year to go, probably next year end, we would see things moving, and that's why investors are moving towards safety stocks. Investors are moving towards IT, pharma, chemicals, diagnostics, or consumer stocks rather than real estate infrastructure, because they have an understanding that even if things get moving, numbers on the paper would only show up 6-8 months down the line, because this is a high gestation period business. So eventually you would see profitability of the projects that start maybe 2 months down the line only by the end of say FY22. So that is why the people are not really gung-ho about buying the stock even at 21 22 rupees. The stock may not move, the numbers will keep coming out abysmal compared to last year. So prospects look bleak for at least the next 6 to 8 months, and that's why people are not getting into it, and people are moving towards, you can say, cash businesses which work on cash. Housing sector slowdown has started since the start of 2018, so this is nothing new. Over the last 3 years it has been on a decline, and this shutdown has only capitulated the move, has only accelerated the move, has only accentuated the move, and that's why we are in such a situation. But if you have a 6 to 8 year time frame, you can very well buy the stock at 20 21 rupees, but this is a very risky trade to take. That's my opinion, because if things collapse, this could go to 14 12 rupees very quickly. So be very careful while getting into such a stock. Although it is a very low debt, virtually debt free company, although it is a very strong company with respect to order book, etc., I still believe the sector is not ripe to get into. There are many other sectors like autos, auto ancillary, consumption, pure consumption, electronics, pharma, IT, chemicals, and even in pharma, IT, chemical, there are different domains to get into. So there are many stocks to get into rather than going for something like an NBCC. So what needs to be done? I would believe avoid at these levels. If need to buy, let the move happen. Let the move happen because of some reason the stock will go up 50%. So let it go beyond 30 32. Then you'll have a strict stop loss at 29. And let's see then what happens. Because if you buy now, you could be either stuck in the stock, or you could be buying the stock at its peak even now with the kind of earnings that are coming out, and the stock may well go to 14 15 rupees. And nothing against the company, but the performance has to be there, and there are many other companies that are doing extremely well. There are many other companies that are performing 20 25, even 35 40% CAGR growth. Many small and mid cap companies are doing that. Large caps are doing at 20 22%. So people are striving to buy those, and the valuations of those companies will keep getting richer, whereas valuations of companies such as NBCC and other stocks which have prospects to do well in future but the numbers are not coming in, they might not do well, and they will continue to languish. So what will happen is you will may not lose a lot, but you will not gain a lot, and you'll see that you'll lose opportunity cost. There'll be time that will be wasted spending, or you can say putting money into such stocks as NBCC. So this was my video on NBCC. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.